Hey, welcome to Spill the Beans. Today I'm sitting down with Len Janson. He is a fantastic human being. Len's got a background in engineering, in the oil industry, did very well, was very successful there, and after retiring pivoted into real estate investing. So I've known Len for about 4 years now, maybe a little more. And they've been part of Legacy Family, our mastermind, and I'm excited to sit down with him and learn a little bit about what those learning curves look like over the first 100+ doors that he's acquired, and he's taken out another couple hundred over the next 90 days, and he's got a lot of really good stuff going on. So let's go figure out what the secret sauce is from Len Janson. Len, how are you, buddy?
Doing good.
Dude,
Doing good, Tim.
I'm excited to have you here up at the Mountain House, the Legacy Lodge in Franklin, North Carolina, for the 3-year veteran Legacy Family member retreat. And it's cool. Like the conversations have been really awesome. It's been awesome. Obviously, in the formal, when we get together in the living room, we go around the room, we talk about whatever he's got going on, and we're hitting on all that stuff. That's amazing. But where I really love the value is like hanging out at the fire pit last night. You and me sitting right there, having a beer and just looking at the fire, thinking about life, thinking about business, talking about what matters, what doesn't matter, and that to me is like super fulfilling, and I love those kinds of things. So I appreciate you being here. But I'd love to kind of get into your story. How'd you become a business owner? What does your current real estate portfolio look like? And some of those aha moments kind of while you've been on the journey.
Absolutely. And first off, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. The Legacy Lodge is an incredible place to be. And you're right, sitting around the fire pit, getting to be human interactions, awesome. Mm-hmm. So actually, I'm a retired engineer. I worked for 35 years on a W-2. Retired. My son and daughter are my partners. They came to me. My son came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, let's get into real estate investing." And I said, "Okay, let's do it. But we're going to do it as a family."
I love it.
And so we started investing about 4 or 5 years ago. One of the first things we found through some other masterminds was Legacy Family. At that time, it was Commercial Empire. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to get into the multifamily space, and it was a beautiful fit. I mean, you had everything that we needed, and it just worked out really well. Couple of things that struck me the most about when I got into the Legacy Family, first off, was there's someone in this group that has expertise in just about every aspect of real estate investing. Whatever asset class, whatever problems you're having, there's somebody here that already walked through it and is more than willing to help you. And that's the second thing that really struck me, was not only are the people here, but everyone is extremely generous with their knowledge. It's not like we're playing poker and I've got an advantage.
Right.
It is absolutely wide open. I'm more than willing to help you. All you have to do is ask.
Yep.
It's been incredible journey. We've been in Legacy Family for 3 years. We started out in the shotgun approach. We bought every asset class, everything that was shiny. We were going that way.
We all do that though.
Yeah.
That's part of the process. It's part of the learning process.
You got to learn. That's right.
What do I like? What do I not like?
Well, you got to learn that you don't like that stuff. So, and it doesn't necessarily work for you. So we have some single family rentals. We've got multifamily. We've got mobile home parks. We've got all sorts of stuff. But we have roughly about 110 units. Here in the next couple of months, we'll triple that. And nothing, I mean, the future is nothing but bright. Growth is in our future. And again, situations like the Legacy Lodge get-together gives us those tools to map out that growth in a manageable, obtainable method.
Yeah, man. No, I love it. I love that you guys have gone from 0 units to 110 units, and now you're going to be over 300 units over the course of the next couple of 60, 90 days here. What has it been like? Like, what were some of those pivotal moments or pivotal ideas or pivotal skill sets that really helped accelerate your growth? What were things that you learned or connections? If you were meeting with somebody who wants to go from 0 to 100, right, over the course of the next 36 months, what does that look like? What would the advice be that you would give them?
Well, the first thing would be to be consistent. Be be focused and
100%,
stay focused and keep working. There are going to be a lot of no's. I mean, you kick over a lot of rocks before you find a gem, and just be consistent. Keep working at it, keep going, because they're out there. They're out there. And then also, the biggest asset you can pick up is that relationship capital. Network with people that are in this group, ask the questions, get with people that have the expertise that you need. Don't take, give, give and give and give. Ask them where you can help. Ask them how you can help them, and they will be more than willing to help you. The journey is obtainable. You just got to be consistent, and you just got to work at it.
Yeah, the key is that consistency over time, right? It's not always a straight line. You get sidetracked, you go like this. There's a lot of no's, there's a lot of downs, there's a lot of peaks, a lot of valleys. It's just long term, right? How do you stay off of like the emotional roller coaster, right? How do you stay on any roller coaster? You just got to keep the bar down, right? You don't get too high, don't get too low. Keep the bar down, right? Relax and just have a long-term vision. That's what changes the game and how you make better decisions. If you make decisions based on what's happening right now, as opposed to how is this going to impact me or impact my business over the next 12 months minimum, and really 5 years to 10 years, the longer time frame that you can make a decision based on, usually you make a better decision because it's less emotional, it's more logical, there's more reason behind it, and I found if I make a decision based on what's the best thing that I can do long term in this current situation, it would be X, Y, or Z. That's the decision I try to always make. But and then it removes a lot of the emotion that comes with it. Because this can feel emotional, even though it's a very mathematical business.
Well, and you need to change your mindset on time frame, because you said it many times. We're typically used to doing things for a couple of months, and if it doesn't work, you just throw it aside and go do something else. Real estate is the long play, and you need, if it's even just posting on Facebook, doing social media, you need to do it for a minimum of 3 years. Because you hear the term around here, the hockey stick effect. You work and you work and you work and you work and you work, and your results are a little bit, and then all of a sudden it takes off. And you don't know when that's going to be. So you need to be consistent. You need to keep going. You need to keep going. But 3 years seems to be kind of a magic time frame. We've been in this for 3 to 4 years, and it was always the same thing. It's like, oh, we got to find a deal. We got to find a deal. We got to find a deal. And then all of a sudden, deals started finding us, and things started taking off. So you need to be consistent, and you need to give it plenty of time.
Isn't that amazing? It's like, as you're talking about this, I'm thinking about, I have a vision in my head of somebody walking down a dark hallway, and they're not sure when they're going to get to the door, right? And it's like pitch black, and they're just walking, and eventually somebody decides to quit. They just stop walking. When all of a sudden all they had to do is take one more step, and a little bit of and there was a light down here, and then it just turned out, and there it was, right? And you don't know when the door is, and they just stopped right before the door was right there, and they could have just walked, and then they could have, boom, found a 200-unit apartment complex.
Exactly.
Right? Like what if you guys, like, the reason that we have we're working on a project together, right, where it's 200 doors that I'm working on. I'm involved in the group, and in that group we have investors, and they had a certain time horizon that they had expected their money back by, and all these other things. So it was time to take it to market. Me knowing that you guys own property in that same exact area, me knowing you guys from Legacy Family, instead of me taking this property and giving it to a broker and shopping it out, we were able to then construct a deal that made a lot of sense for you, makes a lot of sense for us, and the investors win big, you guys win big because it's structured in a way that everybody benefits. And guess what? What happens if you were in Legacy Family for 35 months instead of 36 months?
And we dropped out.
And they dropped out, and I'm like, well, I'm going to sell it with a broker then instead, right? It's making sure there's so many, and that's one self-serving, right, example that I'm giving. But I think about that a lot in everything that I do and everything that other people do. Is like, the consistency of just staying in the game and staying relevant in the rooms, developing the relationships, continue like the compound effect. It's always working underneath the surface, and you don't know when the big victory is going to pop up or you hit that big opportunity. But like, boom, this deal is gonna triple your portfolio size in a single project, and it's a great deal for you, a great deal for the sell side. And what does that look like if you weren't here, right? If you weren't in the right rooms and making the investment in you and your team and everything else. And so I just think it's a really powerful concept to understand. Is like there's people who are veterans, right, in the room of Legacy Family or any mastermind that you're in, who are watching the newbies and the new people who sign up that are very transactional, that want to learn something, and we all sign up that way, we all get excited that way. But if you're really there for the relationships and you have a good meaning and values behind your purpose and your actions, and we know that you don't, and you convey that you're not just blowing with the wind and you're in and you're out, and you show that you have staying power, all of a sudden people want to do more deals with you because they know that you have staying power, that you're going to be around for a long time, that you've developed those connections. And so it's the planting the seeds, cultivating the seeds, and then all of a sudden the harvest comes, and it's abundant.
One of the things that has shifted too, though, is the mindset. And I heard this early on, and it didn't make sense to me, but over the last year or so, it's really started to hone in and really make an impact on me. And that is, we're not real estate investors, we're problem solvers. Sellers have problems and they need somebody to help them out of their situation. Buyers have problems and they need someone to help them. And getting that mindset and understanding what it means and being able to look at a seller and say, hey, I understand what your problem is. You need cash flow, or you need cash and you need to get out of this. You've got a bad loan coming due that's got to be refinanced, or whatever it is. Being able to understand that and implement a plan to help that seller, it unlocks so many more opportunities for you, because you're no longer in that gimme, I got to have more doors mode. You're in that, how can I help you? How can I structure this so that everybody wins and everybody gets happy at the end of the day? And that's really a shift, a paradigm shift in mindset that you go through when you're consistent.
The more problems you solve, the more opportunity that comes from it, right? Like you make more money by creating more solutions. You impact more people, right? The money is a product of solving problems. The money is a product of giving value. And the way that you give value is creating solutions for that seller. And then the money is just a byproduct of you providing value,
Yeah. Yep.
So that's exciting stuff. Here's what I want to ask you. What's it like working with family? And what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about getting in business with their parents, their kids, their brother, their sister, their spouse? Like, what are a couple of really important things that need to be addressed on the front end and continuously addressed, I'm sure, as you continue operating a business together?
I operate with my son and my daughter, and it is both incredible and frustrating, because the incredible part about it is you get to see your children as adults and in a non-parental role, and that is so gratifying, because it gives you an idea of, wow, these are really great people that I raised. So that part is just a tremendous thing. We're very fortunate. Casey, Corey, and I are very fortunate in that our skill sets don't really overlap. Casey came from the medical industry, so she is a very touchy-feely person. She has a lot of sympathy. Corey and I are both engineers, so we're very angular. We don't, people don't necessarily fit within our little hole. And Corey spent most of his career as a project manager, so he handles all of our CapEx stuff. I have a background I have an MBA, so I do all of the underwriting. And so we have three roles that are very distinct and very complementary to each other. As far as advice for people getting into this,
Well, I mean, that's one piece, right? What
That-
you just
that's one
shared
piece.
is one piece. Is make
That's
sure
one
that
piece.
your skill sets don't step on each other's toes.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta have those separations of responsibilities, and you need to honor them. You know, if you don't think someone's doing something right, you don't step in and take it over. You let them work, and then you discuss it. But yeah, your roles and responsibilities need to be very well defined and hopefully not overlap. And then you need to have respect for each other. Not every family gets along 100% of the time, and we argue back and forth, but we're family, and that's the most important thing. But you have to respect people.
And so setting those. Listen, this is the foundation of this relationship. Is we are family. It's the core value, right? Like, we understand there's going to be arguments. We understand we're not going to see eye to eye on the decisions making. But here's how. Like, and setting, I think, those core values gives you the foundational
Structure.
10 commandments kind of thing. This is how we make decisions. This is how, and so now it becomes less emotional, because if it falls into these core values, and this is how we are all agreeing that we're going to operate, and this is what our buying criteria is, and this is what our operating criteria is, that's all pretty clear and clean cut, and it can reduce a lot of the stress, because the tensions, I mean, usually it's family that treats each other the worst, even though we care about each other the most, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's because you're so close, you can almost be disrespectful, and you can't do that when you're in business together.
Well, and when you're family, you know all the buttons.
Right.
And you got to
That's a good
respect
point.
that and not push those buttons. The other thing, too, as a parent, I need to step back and accept those children as equals. I can't say, okay, well, I agree with you, but I'm going to do it my way. It's got to be a team effort, a team decision, and a team movement. You've got to respect each other.
So what does the next 12 months look like for you guys? I know you're working on this this big deal that'll triple your portfolio value. Beyond that, are you working on more acquisitions? You want to tighten up operations on those, on your existing portfolio? Are you looking to buy other businesses? What does the next 12 months look like for you guys?
Well, we have several deals in the works. Of course, this 200 plus unit that we're going to be taking down will be our main focus I'm sure, for the next 6 months, because we want to make sure we get that up and running and have it in good working order, and we have everything lined out. But we won't stop on the acquisitions. We've got some, we really like laundromats. We've got a couple of those that we're working on, small recession-proof businesses. And we're always looking for more acquisitions, as long as they fit into what we want to do. But first and foremost, we focus on lifestyle. I've got young grandkids. Casey and Corey both have young children, and those are the priorities. We've got to focus on that first and foremost. But we will be expanding. It's November now, so we'll be setting up our goals for 2024 here in the next 4 weeks. But it will be with more acquisitions, but they're going to be later in the year.
It's funny. It's like, all I want to do is double my portfolio. You're going to do that in Q1, right? You're going to triple it in Q1, and you're like, what else can I do, right? There's this innate human desire to always grow and to always push the
You got to
boundaries
keep score, and the score is doors.
Right.
You got to get.
But I will say, like, you're doing it in a very thoughtful way of saying, hey, this is the lifestyle, and we're building the business around the lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're not going to build the business and put our lifestyle around that.
Yeah.
This is what's more important. It's taking the kids up to the cabin. It's going hunting. It's going fishing. It's having some time in nature and going for hikes and having a campfire and camping out and doing all that fun stuff to create the memories. And the real estate is a tool to then feed that.
That's
and
right.
you guys, I commend you guys, because you've done an amazing job of prioritizing that.
I appreciate that.
So,
And that's, I got to admit, a lot of that came from the maturity and the generosity of the Legacy family, because we looked around and we saw so many other people that were already doing what we wanted to do, and we talked with them and we looked at them and realized that the path forward really is lifestyle. We invest in real estate as a vehicle to accomplish our lifestyle goals.
It's a tool.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's not the top of the mountain. It's the tool to then give you the lifestyle that you want. So,
Yes.
and I love it. Give me, over the past 36 plus months, 3+ years that you've been in Legacy Family, what has been the biggest takeaway, or one of the biggest takeaways, or really the life-changing thought philosophy difference that you've seen?
Without question, I'd have to say the thing that struck me the hardest and really, really opened my eyes was, in Legacy Family, you have a couple hundred people. And to the person, they're all generous. They're all generally very happy. And I equate that to, the reason for that is because they're in control of their life. They are doing what they need to do to get to a lifestyle that they want. And that lifestyle, again, the real estate, and that helps to develop that lifestyle, and the generosity. So it showed me that, okay, this is obtainable, and the way to do it is X, Y, Z. Remain consistent and use it as a tool to accomplish what you wanted to live, not as a scorecard. And it's been very eye-opening that it's a tool to accomplish what you want rather than an investment.
Yeah, I think that's important, because there's a lot of social media where it's just like go, 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 go,
Yeah.
go, go, go,
Yeah.
go, go, and that's what a lot of people chase, and that's what. And guess what? I've been there, right? I've been down that road, and I got there, and it's not as fun.
No, you're buying a job.
No,
Yeah.
it's not, and so I think to me it's really, really important that people don't waste years of their life chasing something that they don't even know why they're chasing it. And let's figure out what that foundational element is of, like, why do we want this, and how much is it going to cost to get there, and then reverse engineer what does the business need to look like in order to then feed that dream, feed that lifestyle. And it's usually not as much as people think they need.
That's right. And you know, the benefits to that are, you can take and go to Penelope's class and sit down and read a book any day of the week. You don't have to say, oh, well, I can't do it on Tuesday because I have to go to work. No, the lifestyle is you can do what you need to do when you want to do it, as much as you want to.
Yep.
And that is the greatest gift that this does for you.
It's powerful, man. Well, I appreciate you. It means so much that you guys are here and that you're part of the family. And seeing what you guys have done over the past few years has been amazing. And I can't wait to see what the next few years look like for the business and the lifestyle and the life that you guys are building.
Well, you've been no small part in that accomplishment. You've aided us and helped us a lot through your organization, through what you do. You are one of the most generous people that I've met. You're openly and completely genuine, and it's been an absolute pleasure being involved with you for the last 3 years.
Appreciate you, brother.
You bet.
Hey, appreciate you being here on Spill the Beans. We are here every Sunday sharing entrepreneurial information with you about how you can take your business, whether that's a real estate business or traditional business, to the next level. So I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to our channel. Give me some takeaways, some great takeaways in the comments section below. We'll see you next week on Spill the Beans.